it was very interesting that, given that we always worry when we say a conference is going to be about emerging trends, whether we actually get the emerging trends right. And starting off with Generation Y this morning and that discussion, it looks as if we did, because Generation Y, as we learnt this morning, are requiring a very different things out of real estate, whether it's residential or office, and very different ways of living. And those differences came out very strongly this morning. But what was interesting was the comment that we've actually got 4 generations living together now, which is something that we haven't had before, and that is putting different pressures on much of the cities and also office space and living space, and creating a much more interesting mix. So starting off with Generation Y and its interrelationship with other generations was a good thing. And then moving on to the really other big thing that we've been looking at today, which is extreme weather events and how that impacts on property and investment and insurance, was very interesting, because it's not a topic that conferences have been looking at very much yet. And yet it's the one topic that unifies all of us, whether you are investing, insuring, buying, selling, building, developing, or occupying, and wherever you are in the world, extreme weather events are having an effect on your investments and on your property and on the way in which you're living. It also raises huge aspects of the public-private relationship. What is in the zone of the public realm? What do the public authorities do about these extreme weather events? And how do they work with the private sector in order to make safe and secure communities? And what is the effect on the communities of some of these weather events? And that raised all sorts of issues, which I think future conferences will take in a much more detailed way, looking at the various aspects. We've also had info bursts on a whole range of subjects, and have just ended with a very interesting discussion of age and capital coming into Europe and the UK. And that has also highlighted the changes in the investment market as well. I think it's been a very lively conference. We've learnt a lot. But one thing that I take away from this as someone who's interested in cities and city developments is that the global cities are pulling away from the other cities, and the cities themselves are pulling away from their regions. And that has a lot of implications for national governments. But one of our speakers today said, well, where are the borders? With our new interconnected world, we may have borders in countries, but we don't have borders in relation to people and the way in which they operate with one another. So it's been a fascinating conference. There's a great buzz still, and that means at the end of the day, if the conference is still buzzing, it's been a good one.